Our title here today is A3 Congruent Right Triangles. The goal is to prove triangles congruent using HL. Okay, so we have angle, or we have angle, side, at angle. We have angle, 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 side. We have side, 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 and we have side, angle, side. So angle, angle, side, angle, side, 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 angle, side. And then we have one more that works with certain types of triangles called HL. Now HL stands for hypotenuse. Someone said it. Hypotenuse leg. HL. HL. Hypotenuse leg. Now, notice I have a big right triangle on my paper there. Okay? In a right triangle, by definition of a right triangle, you actually have this side called the hypotenuse. Tell your neighbor which side that is. Okay, which side is our hypotenuse? Grace? It's the longest. This is our hypotenuse. Emily? Good. It's the side opposite the right angle. That's our hypotenuse. This length right here, make sure we're paying attention here. This length is our hypotenuse. This theorem says if you know that you have a hypotenuse and a leg, doesn't matter which leg, the other two are called legs. If you have a hypotenuse and a leg congruent, then you have, in one triangle, congruent to the hypotenuse and leg of another right triangle, then you have congruent triangles. That's the HL theorem. Now, anytime we say the word hypotenuse, if I say, hey, here's a hypotenuse, you could say, hey, I have a right triangle. Okay? And if I say, hey, I have a right triangle, you could say, hey, you also have a hypotenuse. Because you don't have a hypotenuse in any other type of triangle. It only happens in a right triangle. Okay? Now you have longer sides, like you could draw a triangle and go, hey, there's the longest side, but that longest side is not called a hypotenuse unless you have a right triangle. Okay? We got that? Okay. Explain to your neighbor what I just said there.
That'd be cool though if you could have two hypotenuses.
So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to take a look at this. This is a sheet you picked up on the way in, the reteaching. Knowing that what the hypotenuse leg theorem says, explain why this triangle GF, triangle GFD, is congruent to EFD by hypotenuse leg. Explain to your neighbor why those are congruent by hypotenuse leg. Hey, here we go. So we know that they're right triangles. That's the first thing that has to be shown. They're right triangles. We know it because they both have the right angles. Angle GFD and angle EFD are right angles. Therefore, this and this, these two triangles are right triangles. Their hypotenuses are congruent. It's given. GD and ED, they're given there. Okay, one pair of legs are congruent by reflexive, DF to DF by reflexive property. So if you state they're right triangles, and if you state their hypotenuse is congruent, and if you state one pair of legs are congruent, then you can use HL. These three things have to be stated, though. Okay, so when you're making your proofs, these three things have to be stated. Question? Yep, you use HL when you're saying, so by these statements, we can now say GFD is congruent to EFD by HL. Logan?
Wouldn't it be DF to FD?
No, it would be DF to DF because it would fold on top of itself. Okay, yep. Carson?
So can it be either legs?
It could be either leg, yeah. In this case, it's this leg. But if we would have been able to show these two, then that would have worked as well. Good? Any other questions? Chase?
What happens if two of the legs are congruent in one triangle? Like on question 5.
Oh, you're skipping down to 5. Well, why don't we do those real quick? Okay? Tell whether HL can be applied to prove the triangle is congruent. If possible, write the triangle congruence. So the triangle congruence statement up here was this. That's the triangle congruence for that one. Okay? So, 4 through 9, you guys get about 2 minutes. Go. Pencil, and you can bring anyone else stuff you want. You can make, they have to go up. They can't refuse. So explain as you go. Make sure you guys are listening and agree or disagree.
Oh yeah, probably.
Sure it'll be one or the other.
Okay. This one is because this right here is the leg that's equal, and these are the hypotenuse, so therefore they're equal. Can I write on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's showing a hypotenuse and a leg. What's the other thing we need?
The right angle.
The right angle. Good. We got the right triangle. How many agree? Good. I totally agree. Good job. Let's make sure we get the congruence. She's doing a good job getting that down. A to B to D. And that gives us... So if we start with angle A as our right angle.
Mm-hmm.
Are you writing our name up? Oh.
What?
So start at the angle A as our right angle. That means what's our right angle on the other triangle?
Oh.
The what?
So A. So what corresponds to A in this other triangle?
Angle ADC.
So yeah. So we'd have to go D. So that have to be our first here.
Oh, what?
So we got to change that up. All right. Very good. Checking it out. Next person. Bring up your stuff. Number 24. We've got Ethan. Ethan, you are the man. Bring up your stuff. Bring your partner.
Oh yeah.
No, you cannot prove this one, right? Right.
No, it's yeah. It's yeah.
You little.
So it's
How the heck do I show it though?
You just write no, you can't prove it.
No.
No in big letters.
That's
and
like
then
No.
say cannot be applied.
And
Cannot be applied.
be
Applied.
applied.
And don't forget exclamation marks.
Okay.
Okay.
No. Good job.
Get like a highlighter.
I know. I don't want that.
Do you have a highlighter tomorrow?
Angle now.
You want a pink one?
Yeah.
Watch it be wrong.
Yeah.
You can't read anymore. You gotta write.
Yeah. Do you need a pen?
Do you need a red pen?
Yes.
I have a red pen. I have a black pen. I feel like a black pen would work better for me.
Colors are great. Still really can't read it, but it's okay.
I can read it if you're blind.
Oh, I'm good.
I got this.
Hey, number 28. Winkler, you got number 6.
I'm like number 2, so it's okay. I never get hold on for anything.
You got number 6.
Like when Mr. Fountain, he like would roll a dice to call on people. Like I never got called because I was number 2. It was literally
So
like in the
just use like the
20s.
angles that are congruent.
You gotta like
Say
say why.
Oh.
Tell us why it's congruent
And
or
write
why
your
it's not.
answer in pen, just in case you're wrong.
Hey.
Why are
Oh
you
crap.
doing what you're doing? Those weren't straight lines.
It's crooked.
If you just think about it, it could be like something it could be like at 91 degrees though.
Like I'm an accidentally like unplug it.
How? What? Yes.
It is a yes.
And do I say the hypotenuses are congruent?
Yeah. Well, I don't think you do because I already showed.
You don't have to. You don't.
You don't have
Why not?
No, I have to.
I'm gonna ask them.
Wait, dude, you gotta do a triangle to run the angle.
What? Oh, that can okay.
Shoot. Dude, this has a full eraser like
There.
2 days ago. Yeah. So I get like everything wrong.
Why are you
Wait.
guys like moving it out?
Whatever.
So done. Is that a triangle? I can't read that. Can you zoom in a bit?
Do you have to state like if the hypotenuse is like congruent in this one?
It is.
Yeah. Do you though? Like, well, because like on this one it's just the triangles and all that. So like how they're congruent. So I just did that too.
Okay.
So does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
All right.
missed Chase's
Hey, let's
phone.
check 4, 5, and 6. Thank you guys while I was talking there, but we got this one here. We have D number 4. We have DAC. Okay, and notice Maddie switched it up here. We have A to B to D, so we'd have to go from right angle to short side. That means right angle to short side. So we should actually have DCA here. Okay, so just making sure we have it in the correct order. But yes, it is. We have right triangle, we have hypotenuse, and we have a leg with the reflexive property. Number 5, no, can't be applied. Well, we have the right angle, and we don't have anything else. We have a hypotenuse congruent to a leg. That doesn't work out. Number 6, we have... All right, that's what we've got. So just double checking them. I'll get your assignments out to you. These are the different statements you may, or different reasons you may use on your assignment today. You're welcome, man. Holy cow.
I have written down so many new
All right,
reasons.
pay attention. Right here. That means you're not talking. Let's make it clear. A few of you are expressing concerns about how many reasons we have. Now, there's an infinite number of reasons. I am trying to highlight the things that you're going to see. Now, the reality is you'll use more reasons, you'll use some reasons more often than others. Like, we use vertical angles all the time. What's another one we use all the time? Yeah, reflexive. Yesterday we used bisecting, the term bisector a lot. Those are good ones to highlight. Angle addition postulate, you don't use a lot. You'll use it here. It just says if these two things add up to this, like these two angles will have a sum of 180. Okay? Correspond or congruent supplementary angles are right angles. Well, that's helpful when you're dealing with right triangles. So if you haven't said that something's 90 degrees, then you may have to use that reason there. Okay? Supplementary angles add up to 180. Okay? Perpendicular lines, 4 right angles. Okay? These ones that just kind of pop up sporadically, most of those aren't going to be on your test. Okay? Now I know bisectors will. I know radii will. Okay? Those were key things that we used yesterday. I know reflexive and vertical, or reflexive property, vertical angles will. The other concern, or the other question Emma had, she's like, hey, should I study for my quiz tonight? Should I sleep? I've got some of you are going to recognition night, right? That's tonight. Well, you got a quiz tomorrow. If you've done well on 8, 1, and 2, like you're doing okay on those proofs, and you get HL, I think you're going to be fine on the quiz. Pretty confident on that. Okay? Now, if you're looking at your reasons and your statements, you're like, man, I'm not getting all of them, then you probably ought to put a little more time into study. But sleep is always a good option. You're not going to do well on your test if you don't sleep. Yes? Yes, you should do that. You just go out and do that. You don't. Okay. All right, Bethany, question?
If teachers think that like you can't do well if you don't get enough sleep, then why do you make us wake up at 5?
Well, hey, 2 things. First, I don't make you wake up at 5. Okay? I wake up at 4:45 and do my stuff, or 5. Now, and that's jogging. I don't have to wake up that early to make my hair look nice. Okay? Now, some people think I spend a lot of time on my hair. It's not the case. Okay? the reality is some of us get up earlier than others because you live farther away. Some of us get up earlier than others because you have to take a bus. Some of us get up earlier than others because you have to get ready and it takes you longer. Okay, it doesn't take me that long to get ready. I don't tell the school when to start. If I had my way, you guys would start later. But that's not up to me. Okay? So it's not teachers making you get up at that time. That's just the reality of when school starts. I'm sorry, when you get to college though, you can pick classes that start in the afternoon. Then you don't have to worry about that. All right? Right now, but that's the life you live, unfortunately, in terms of your schedule. All right? Some of you like it. I don't know who, but I'm sure there's some people out there that like it. All right? Now, if you hear, like in Seattle School District, they were at one point trying to get it flipped around where elementary goes early and then high school and middle school go later. However, the problem with that is then elementary school kids get out at they get out at 2 and parents aren't home. And you have where are the kids, man? And then high school kids that have activities after school, they're getting out at 3 or 4, and then they're up later taking sports. So there's not always a good answer there. I don't know what to say. I do know that we're doing our best to work on your homework load and making things a little easier. But that also means next year, for some of you, as you sign up for your advanced classes, this is an advanced. Trig will be advanced. You'll have more homework in Trig. I'll promise that. And advanced teachers, we're talking about how we're going to try to display that for you, or at curriculum or at parent night when we talk about schedules. But if you are taking 4 or 5 advanced classes, you may be smart enough to take all those advanced classes. But keep in mind that each one of those adds more and more homework. Okay, so it becomes tough, which means you don't get as much sleep. And then if you have band or you have choir or if you have basketball or volleyball or whatever else or multiple ones, then you have even more. Okay, so you really have to sit down and talk to your parents about schedules as well. But I want to make it clear, I don't make you get up that early. Not my fault. Dude. I know. I didn't blame me. I mean, you can blame me, but I didn't do it. All right. Okay? So tonight, study for your test. Don't spend hours studying for it. Make sure you sleep. If you've done well on your proofs, on your other sections, I think you're going to be okay on your quiz tomorrow. All right. That's what the question came from. Yes? You didn't? Oh, that's ridiculous. All right. Let me get you in a second.